Everyone has a different approach to their riding. Some just want to go as hard as they can and feel the worries of the week slip away in an adrenaline rush as they roost and bounce their way around easy tracks. Others just want to cruise around and take in the scenery. Slippery! And then again, others want to enjoy their rides as well, but also challenge themselves to learn new techniques and see how far they can push their abilities. The past 2 years, we have fallen into the latter category. Arguably, we should have decided to do this 35 years ago, but what the hell, better late than never. Recently I mentioned how hard should we push ourselves to get better. In our group there's Andrew, who sees a killer hill and just throws himself at it again and again till he makes it. And there's also Aaron, who seems to be lacking the shit-scared gene in his DNA.
How'd you manage that? It's exercise.
Which does make for some good video footage.
You didn't stack it?
Not at all, I was just checking out the hill down here.
Then there's others like me, playing it safe, not game to tackle a tough obstacle for ages, then always surprised when it wasn't as hard as it looked. One of the guys, Arctra, on Australia's Dirt Bike World Forum, sent me a link to a book with one of those trendy long book titles. It was The Rise of Superman, Decoding the Science of Ultimate Human Performance, written by Stephen Kotler. It says the magic amount to push yourself is no more than 7% of your normal 100% ability. So if you want to hop a bigger log, or do a bigger jump, or maybe a particular track faster, just aim for a small improvement on your current ability. This makes sense to me on so many levels. If you aim too high, you start to hit problems. I figure your chances of injury go up exponentially the harder you try. And as the risk of injury climbs, instead of focusing on the job, your brain is distracted because it's yelling at you, saying, "We're going to die." And while your brain is yelling at you, it probably means you're going to forget your basic techniques as well. So pushing too hard can actually reinforce bad habits. Worst of all, you are very likely to wet yourself. And if you persist, you will soil yourself as well. Take it from me, it's not comfortable riding with both types of biological waste products slowly oozing down your pants and filling up your boots. But if you are into that sort of thing, you should probably be on one of those kinky scat or water sports YouTube channels. The message of the book seems to be you will learn the fastest when you are in the zone. Most of us should have experienced this being in the flow or in the zone. It's an awesome place to be. Interestingly, I hadn't ridden the dirt bike for 2 weeks on this ride, and I tend to get rusty very fast. The terrain, very slippery, I simply wasn't riding well. But it all suddenly came together in the last half hour as we rode back. Personally, I think this is a great time to push yourself. Too often we try some hard obstacles early in the ride. Sure, we've got plenty of energy early on, but our technique still sucks because we aren't in the zone yet. And while we are talking about improving your technique, I figure it's always good to revisit your earlier skills and see if you have slipped into bad habits again. Our mob are going to have our own little informal refresher course soon. We will go over everything our coach Chris Birch taught us and watch each other's riding. I know I've forgotten at least a quarter of the stuff he told us. And if you are aiming to push your performance, remember to spot for each other when attempting something difficult for the first time. This can remove that "oh shit" moment of fear. It allows you to focus more on what you are doing instead of what you're about to do in your underpants. Artra from Dirt Bike World has very kindly summarised the content of Stephen Kotler's book here, if you are interested.